Shares of American chipmaker AMD jumped 7% on Wednesday after the company unveiled an aggressive target of $100 billion in annual data center revenue, signaling its push to take market share in the fast-growing AI chip business long dominated by Nvidia. More details in this report.
Shares of AMD rose as much as 9% Wednesday morning after the chipmaker unveiled a bold $100 billion annual data center revenue target. AMD plans to claim a larger slice of the booming artificial intelligence market dominated by Nvidia. The company was set to add about $30 billion to its market value if the gains hold, a day after it laid out its 3 to 5 year goals, such as more than tripling its earnings at its first Analyst Day in 3 years. AMD CEO Lisa Su told analysts that the market for data center chips could swell to $1 trillion by 2030. The growth highlights how the scramble for advanced AI has set off an infrastructure race and record spending by U.S. tech giants. Several analysts say AMD's targets are attainable, citing major tie-ups with OpenAI and Oracle that could generate tens of billions of dollars in sales, and hints of ongoing talks with other top hyperscalers. Larger rival Nvidia gave a far more bullish estimate of $3 trillion to $4 trillion in AI infrastructure spending by the end of the decade. AMD shares have doubled so far this year.
Staying in the world of AI, Taiwan's Foxconn issued a bullish forecast for AI demand on Wednesday, saying artificial intelligence will be a major driver of its 2026 growth. The company also teased a major announcement coming next week alongside OpenAI. Take a look.
Foxconn posted a forecast-beating 17% rise in Q3 profit Wednesday. It was fueled by continued strength in demand for AI servers that it also expects to drive growth next year. The Taiwanese firm is the world's largest contract electronics maker and supplies US majors like Apple and Nvidia. It said third-quarter net profit hit $1.89 billion. Looking ahead, Foxconn feels bullish and said it should see year-on-year revenue growth in Q4. It expects AI server revenue to increase quarter-on-quarter. And for its full-year revenue, it forecasts significant year-on-year growth, in line with its earlier projections. The firm also teased an announcement next week with ChatGPT maker OpenAI, though it didn't provide details. Foxconn shares have surged 36% so far this year. Its shares closed up 1.8% on Wednesday ahead of the earnings release.
Take a look at all the developments from the world of artificial intelligence. SoftBank's big AI gamble to fresh challenges facing OpenAI. Take a look.
From SoftBank spooking investors to OpenAI landing in hot water, this is AI Weekly. SoftBank's spending for its so-called all-in bet on ChatGPT maker OpenAI and other investments concerned markets. Shares slid by a tenth after the Japanese investment giant sold $5.8 billion of its Nvidia stake. Market watchers saw that as a sign of a growing funding demand. The stock drop came despite second quarter profit doubling, largely thanks to the Sam Altman-led OpenAI's rising valuation. OpenAI was itself in hot water in Germany. A court found it broke the country's copyright laws by reproducing lyrics from songs by best-selling musician Herbert Grönemeyer and others. The case, which was closely watched, was over the US firm's use of lyrics to train its language models. A judge ordered OpenAI to pay damages for the use of copyrighted material without disclosing a figure. Kai Velp is a lawyer for German Music Rights Society Gamer who brought the case.
We assume that the legal dispute is not over yet, but that the case will be appealed. But we do hope, of course, that this will also send a signal regarding the legal situation in Europe, that the big technology companies will now also enter into license negotiations.
Foxconn smashed past forecasts with a 17% rise in third quarter profit. The number was driven by continued strength in demand for AI servers. The Taiwanese firm is the world's largest contract electronics maker and supplies heavyweights like Nvidia and Apple. Looking ahead, Foxconn believes the AI boom will help push yet more revenue growth in the fourth quarter. Meta's chief AI scientist plans to leave the social media giant to launch his own startup. That's according to a report in Britain's Financial Times. It said deep learning pioneer Yann LeCun plans to depart for his own startup. It further reported LeCun is in early talks to raise funds for a new venture. And Intel saw its own big departure as the firm's chief technology officer left for OpenAI. Sachin Katti has led the US chipmakers' AI efforts since around the start of the year. OpenAI said Katti will design and build the company's compute infrastructure, which will power its research into artificial general intelligence. Intel said its CEO Lip-Bu Tan would now oversee its AI efforts.